After World War II, many Nazi war criminals managed to escape justice and flee to various parts of the world. This essay will explore the methods and routes these individuals used to evade capture and the efforts made to bring them to justice. The post-war period saw a chaotic and complex international landscape that allowed many war criminals to slip through the cracks of justice. The covert support networks developed by sympathetic individuals and organizations provided safe passage and new identities for these fugitives, allowing them to evade capture and prosecution. Furthermore, the tensions and power struggles among the victorious Allied nations created opportunities for war criminals to exploit legal loopholes and political alliances to avoid extradition and trial. In addition to these clandestine networks, many Nazi war criminals found refuge in sympathetic countries and regions that were resistant to extradition requests or indifferent to pursuing justice for their wartime atrocities. South America, particularly countries like Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay, became notorious safe havens for former Nazi officers and collaborators due to their lax immigration policies and their willingness to turn a blind eye to the past deeds of these individuals. Moreover, the Middle East and other parts of Europe also served as favorable destinations for Nazi fugitives looking to escape accountability for their heinous actions during the Holocaust and World War II. Despite the challenges and obstacles, extensive efforts were made to track down and hold these perpetrators accountable for their crimes. Specialized governmental agencies, such as the Office of Special Investigations in the United States, and the Nazi hunting units established by Israeli intelligence services, dedicated significant resources and manpower to locate, apprehend, and extradite these war criminals. Furthermore, advocacy groups, human rights organizations, and survivors of the Holocaust played a crucial role in raising awareness and pressuring governments to take action against the remaining perpetrators. The pursuit of justice for the victims of Nazi atrocities became a global endeavor that involved legal battles, diplomatic negotiations, and international cooperation in an effort to bring these fugitives to trial and ensure historical accountability. Escape routes and methods. Several Nazi war criminals used a variety of means to escape from Europe after the end of World War II. In addition to the rat lines, a network of escape routes commonly utilized by Nazis and other fascists, some war criminals found refuge in South America, particularly Argentina, where sympathetic government officials helped them evade justice by providing them with new identities and passports. Moreover, a number of high-ranking officials and scientists managed to escape under the guise of the Odessa Network, a secret organization that facilitated the escape of SS members and other Nazi personnel to safety. Additionally, several prominent figures benefited from the assistance of charitable and religious organizations that provided funding and resources for their escape and relocation to countries outside the reach of Allied authorities. It is also worth noting that some war criminals were able to leverage their military connections to secure positions within paramilitary and intelligence organizations in various countries, allowing them to avoid extradition and potential prosecution for their wartime atrocities. International pursuit and trials. Despite the challenges in locating and capturing Nazi war criminals, international efforts were made to bring them to justice. The Nuremberg trials, held between 1945 and 1949, prosecuted major war criminals from the Nazi regime, including high-ranking military leaders, political officials, and influential figures within the Nazi Party. The trials sought to establish individual responsibility for the planning and execution of the Holocaust and other war crimes. The proceedings set important legal precedents in defining and prosecuting crimes against humanity, war crimes, and genocide, which became fundamental principles in international law. In addition to the Nuremberg trials, there were various other international pursuits and trials aimed at holding accountable those who played a role in the atrocities committed during World War II. The United Nations, recognizing the need to pursue and prosecute individuals responsible for war crimes, facilitated the establishment of the International Military Tribunal and subsequent trials in different countries. For example, in Tokyo, The International Military Tribunal for the Far East conducted trials against individuals responsible for war crimes committed in the Asia-Pacific region. These global efforts underscored the commitment to deliver justice and accountability on an international scale. Furthermore, the pursuit of Nazi war criminals extended beyond the major trials, with various countries initiating their own legal actions to prosecute individuals involved in the perpetration of war crimes. Countries such as Israel, Germany, and others sought to bring perpetrators to justice and provide closure for the victims and their families. Efforts to locate and capture these individuals often required extensive international cooperation, as war criminals frequently attempted to evade capture by fleeing to different countries or assuming false identities. The pursuit of justice for the crimes committed during World War II also encompassed ongoing efforts to identify and prosecute individuals who may have held lower-ranking positions but still actively participated in the execution of war crimes. This broad approach to seeking justice aimed to hold accountable not only the high-ranking officials, but also lower-level perpetrators who contributed to the systematic atrocities perpetrated by the Nazi regime. The comprehensive pursuit of justice by the international community sought to provide closure and acknowledgement to the countless victims and their families affected by the horrors of the war. Legal and political complications. The pursuit of Nazi war criminals was a challenging endeavor that faced numerous legal and political obstacles. The lingering effects of World War II and the emergence of the Cold War meant that efforts to bring perpetrators to justice were often hindered by complex geopolitical considerations. Many war criminals exploited loopholes in international law, such as seeking refuge in countries that were unwilling to extradite them. Some found sanctuary in South America and the Middle East, evading capture and trial for decades. The lack of a unified international legal framework for prosecuting war crimes further complicated the process, as different countries had varying levels of commitment to pursuing justice for the victims of Nazi atrocities. Apart from legal challenges, political tensions during the Cold War created additional obstacles in the prosecution of Nazi war criminals. Some individuals with valuable expertise or information sought by Western countries were shielded from prosecution due to their perceived strategic importance in the escalating global conflict. This led to a situation where certain war criminals were able to evade accountability due to their perceived value in the context of Cold War rivalries. These geopolitical complexities further slowed down efforts to bring perpetrators to justice, as the focus shifted to strategic considerations over moral and legal imperatives. Moreover, the legal complexities of prosecuting individuals involved in Nazi atrocities also presented significant hurdles. Many war criminals attempted to defend themselves by claiming that they were simply following orders or that their actions were justified within the context of the war. This legal defense strategy not only prolonged the judicial process, but also created moral and ethical quandaries in the pursuit of justice. The need to differentiate between those who were genuinely coerced into committing atrocities and those who willingly participated in heinous acts added layers of complexity to the legal proceedings, further delaying the resolution of cases and the delivery of justice for victims and their families. In summary, the pursuit of Nazi war criminals was riddled with legal and political complications that impeded the timely and effective prosecution of those responsible for horrific crimes. The exploitation of international loopholes, Cold War considerations, and legal complexities created delays and hurdles in the pursuit of justice for the victims of Nazi atrocities, underscoring the formidable challenges inherent in addressing the aftermath of such a colossal human tragedy. Legacy and ongoing pursuit. The escape of Nazi war criminals and the challenges in bringing them to justice have had a lasting impact on international law and human rights. The efforts to pursue and prosecute these individuals have contributed to the development of international criminal law and the establishment of tribunals and courts to address war crimes and atrocities. The pursuit of justice for the atrocities committed during World War II continues to be a testament to the world's commitment to holding individuals accountable for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The legacy of this pursuit extends to the establishment of the International Criminal Court, ICC, and various international legal mechanisms that provide a framework for dealing with perpetrators of such heinous acts. The hunt for Nazi war criminals also revealed the complicity and involvement of individuals, organizations, and even governments in facilitating their escape and evasion of justice, leading to a heightened awareness of the need for global cooperation in addressing impunity. Furthermore, the ongoing initiatives to identify and prosecute remaining Nazi war criminals demonstrate a commitment to closure for the victims and their families, as well as a dedication to upholding historical truth and memory. The pursuit of justice is not only about holding individuals accountable, but also about acknowledging the suffering of the victims and ensuring that their experiences are not forgotten. The detailed documentation and pursuit of war criminals also serve as a deterrent to future perpetrators, highlighting the consequences of participating in or enabling such horrific acts. This ongoing pursuit underscores the collective responsibility of the international community to prevent and punish crimes of such magnitude, preserving the historical record and upholding the fundamental principles of justice and accountability. Consequently, the pursuit of Nazi war criminals has significantly shaped the legal landscape and global consciousness surrounding international criminal law, leaving a profound and enduring legacy. Conclusion: the escape of Nazi war criminals after World War II and the subsequent pursuit of justice have raised significant challenges for the international community. Despite the difficulties, efforts to hold these individuals accountable have contributed to the development of international law and the ongoing pursuit of justice for the victims and their families. The pursuit of justice for the atrocities committed during World War II has been a long and arduous journey, with many complex legal, political, and moral implications. The Nuremberg trials, held from 1945 to 1949, marked a turning point in the establishment of legal precedents for holding individuals accountable for international crimes. This led to the creation of the International Criminal Court and the continued evolution of international humanitarian law. In addition to the legal aspects of pursuing justice, the moral imperative of addressing the crimes of the Holocaust and ensuring accountability for the perpetrators cannot be overstated. The impact of the Holocaust reverberates through generations, and the pursuit of justice serves as a symbolic recognition of the suffering of millions of innocent victims. The pursuit of justice also acknowledges the importance of historical memory and the responsibility to confront the atrocities of the past. The pursuit of justice for Nazi war crimes is not just a matter of historical significance, but has ongoing relevance in contemporary efforts to address human rights abuses and atrocities around the world. The lessons learned from the pursuit of justice for Nazi war criminals have influenced the international community's approach to addressing modern-day conflicts and human rights violations, emphasizing the need for accountability and justice. It is essential to remember this chapter of history and continue the pursuit of justice to honor the memory of those who suffered at the hands of the Nazi regime. Through education, remembrance, and ongoing efforts to hold accountable those who commit international crimes, the international community can uphold the values of justice, human rights, and the prevention of future atrocities. The pursuit of justice for Nazi war criminals serves as a reminder of the enduring importance of confronting the darkest chapters of human history and striving for a more just and accountable world.